probably his breakout.
Oh, there we go.
After he got the Grammy.
All righty. So we should be going live soon.
We are.
We are live. Okay. Well then, we are getting jiggy with it, kids. We are getting jiggy with it tonight with ASSH. All righty. And here we are. Okay. How do I go back to normal? Okay. Down here. Here we are. Okay. So it's session 17 of Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea, or just plain old Hyperborea.
To be just Hyperborea, yeah.
It's going to be just Hyperborea, and I've got, you know, here I've got 1E. Oh, I got this stupid background thing. It's going to make it do that. Got 1E. Well, there's a naked woman. You know, I've got 2E over here too, but we're kind of almost playing 3 at this point. But anyhow, let's talk about where you guys left off, because it's been about a month. There's 2E since we played last, and it's hard to believe, but we left at where the cliffhanger, if you will, that we've left at is Dell's character is in trouble, and Dietrich is once again sort of in trouble through no fault of his own. It's really no fault of his own, you know. So one of the times that like it's not really Dell's fault, you know. But he's been paralyzed by a ghast. You guys left the village where you're staying at. You decided to go to not take up Boaz on his offer to go find you a troll, or find him a troll, and cut off a piece of it and put it in one of the jars that he had. However, Dietrich did take a jar from him that he threw at him that has some kind of eye in it, which seems to be kind of rotting, you know. But these jars were supposed to keep parts of the troll alive and from regenerating as well. And this may or may not be the same jar he showed you with the actual eye of the fool or whatever you called it in it. Who can say? However, this is kind of a moot point, because after traveling for a little bit, let me see if I can pull up the map. So we're talking. We can actually be talking about the same thing. Share content, share photos. Let's see which was the actual photo of the place we were looking at. I think this is kind of it. All right. Sounds about right. Oh yeah. If I expand this a little bit, I should expand it for you. And I believe at this point, you guys were attempting to travel towards the forest a little bit on your way to getting, So do I have the ability to actually draw on this thing? Yes, I think you guys are traveling over this way. Your plan was to go through here, eventually down, you know, skirt around the steppe to go to the forest. Right. On your way to continue towards the shore. Correct. Or the coast. Okay, so you are at this point nominally somewhere around here. You know, you've been traveling. You traveled for a couple of days, and at that point, around twilight, you smelled kind of a stench. You know, things didn't look quite right. Dietrich went out to go scout, and next thing you know, Dietrich ends up getting attacked by these two vicious and terrible smelling humanoids, which he blows his horn to summon everybody else to his aid, or just tell them to get out. Who can say? And they go running to his aid, and he's already been paralyzed by the touch of one of these things. And there was kind of a pitched battle, and mostly Torsten and Arngrim were able to dispatch these two things. But one of these creatures, you know, they once they were able to paralyze them, they were kind of running towards this cave that you could see in the distance, you know, in the hills. And once one was killed, the other one tried to break and run. Arngrim was able to kill it, but it was kind of hooting some kind of cry. And, you know, afterwards, as you can see that, you know, Dietrich is still breathing and what have you, you hear this response as if it's coming from several throats. And that's kind of where we left off.
So there were more coming out of a cave or something.
It seems like that might be happening very soon. So you can hear the response coming from, coming from that general direction. And so you've got Dietrich is kind of on the ground, just kind of paralyzed, eyes wide open, not terribly responsive. It looks like he's breathing.
We have to move before more come after us. And so I jump down from my horse and I rush over to Dietrich's side and there's no ghouls on top of him right now, right?
No, you killed the two that they were there.
Right. Dietrich, can you move? And when he doesn't answer, I'll grab him and carry him to my horse, where I'll proceed to slump him over the back of the saddle or the front of the saddle, really, because I'm going to have to hang on to him to keep him from falling.
Okay.
At least that's the plan. And then saddle up and because this was just a random thing, right? We weren't meant to go into the cave or anything. Were we?
No, you weren't. You were intending to go into the cave. No, it just seems that that's where these things are coming from. Now, as you're doing this, and slinging him across your horse, Torsten and Mizgit can hear at this point that there's something running out of the cave, and they're running in several different directions as if to surround you.
We gotta go now. They want to surround us. Let's go. Let's try to run these things.
I'll jump on the saddle and
Do these
try
things
to
even
follow
run?
as quickly as possible.
Yeah, they're like Evil Dead undead.
Right, they move fast. So
Okay, so you're setting your horses off into a gallop.
Yeah.
right.
Alrighty, cool.
Right. You have to put as much distance as we can. Hopefully they'll tire.
Alrighty. Now, what did we determine our chase rules were last time? I know that we found some good chase rules. It was.
That's right. We did find them. They're different from the BX rules. So.
They are. I just want to make sure we do this right. I think you guys are going to be able to get away with your horses being a little bit faster, but let's find out. I believe you're riding light war horses, which are fairly fast.
Mm-hmm. I got movement on page 236, but
Okay. Let's go.
there are chases.
Attacking.
Okay, page 240 under evasion. Party may attempt to flee a hostile situation. If the party are faster than the monsters, escape can be assumed.
Right.
If some or all are not as fleet as the monsters, then we can drop an item or a paralyzed fellow player character to distract greedy or dim-witted creatures just to ensure escape.
Now,
Okay.
but how do you know they're hostile? Because you're reading the rules for hostile pursuers.
Right. Well, they seem to be friendly because they're all coming together.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
And I mean, they're not screaming at us.
And I think there's 21 of them.
I say we leave Dell to find out.
No, because there's like one in front and like 20 behind. So I'm assuming.
Okay. I believe you guys are actually riding light war horses. So you're able to lose your pursuers.
Nice.
But it gets pretty close for a moment. You can see some are coming out of the sides. They're coming at you from the sides. One of the horses, shies. Dietrich's horse kind of freaks out, the one that's got no rider at that point, but is able to escape the pursuers just as well. But it takes you a little while to completely evade pursuit, where you're able to leave them in the distance. And after a little while, Dietrich starts to come around.
Cool. While he's coming around, I'll give him my flask, which is, where'd it go? 12 ounces of fresh water. That restores 2 hit points per CA level, and I want to say we're level 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's 6 hit points.
Okay.
And everybody, the only negative thing that's happened really at this point is Torsten feels this like real sense of disappointment coming from his sword. As if there were more things to kill.
Come now, they couldn't have tasted that good. They stank to high heaven.
We should get as much distance between us as we can. We don't know if these things will, how far they will go in pursuit, or if they will track us by scent or something.
And yes, by the way, Torsten does talk to the sword. He kind of mutters because he feels a little bit self-conscious, but he talks to it. He's like, these things probably tasted like shit, the way they smell. What are you complaining about?
It's like venom or moonlight.
So it is.
Nice.
You could continue to get distance between you and them. It is nighttime though, and you guys are tired.
Mm.
So is it your plan to continue to press on?
I think we should risk fatigue rather than be set on by these guys. We should use our barbaric
I'm
endurance.
kind of with him
Okay.
on that.
All righty. Let's just see here.
Yeah, since there's probably caves lining these walls, I'm a little bit leery of staying up against the wall. But the mountain thing.
Gotcha. All right. Well, you're able to continue to keep a kind of a steady pace throughout the rest of the evening into the day, and it doesn't appear, and you can't see any trace of anybody following you at this point, or anything following you. But it is getting, you are getting quite fatigued at this point.
Yeah. I'm guessing these things, most of these evil things don't like the sunlight. That may be completely wrong. So maybe once it gets dawn, we can rest for a few hours and find a shelter in the woods or something.
Yeah, what is that sound? Okay.
Spirit of unknown.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let us see.
Long range of sight.
Anybody gonna take a watch?
Oh, bugger.
Sure,
I
I'll take
think-
the first watch.
Okay. Let us see if there's any events. Watches are uneventful.
Yeah.
So you're actually able to sleep.
Nice.
And remember to roll anybody who's wounded, roll your
Your hit die
hit die.
Yeah.
That's correct.
plus your Constitution modifier if you have any.
Yeah, but that's a negative. Okay.
And once again, I'm going to share the map.
5.
I think it's a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah,
Actually,
we're
no, yeah,
just
share it.
gonna
Well,
keep skirting the mountains and then
Right. I'm just going to share a map with a different aspect on it so we can see a little bit further down the map a little bit. I think that's, there we go. Well, this one's a little crooked, but doesn't really matter.
Man, with these trolls and ghouls inhabiting these mountains,
Right. Yeah. So once again, I believe it was your intention to skirt your way through here and down
Right.
to this forest area.
right.
So some time passes and you guys are able to continue to trek down along the mountains, down through the steps and closer to, what do I have? I move my, that's the oddest thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I'm just saying it's kind of strange. If I move stuff around, the drawing I put on the drawing actually stays on the spot on the
Stays.
screen, not on the spot of the map I drew it, which is kind of funny. But you're able to go down the mountains, go down by the step, and you're able to arrive at the forest. And this takes you several days. But travel is relatively uneventful after your first couple of days of absolute terror and horror. And as time's going on, it's spring is really kind of
Sprung.
is in full effect, because the game began all at the beginning of spring. So at this point, it's getting you're getting deeper and deeper into spring, where it's starting to warm up, at least by Hyperborean terms. So the world is more and more coming to life, and you're able to see more game, more animals, more birds. It's not quite as harsh and unforgiving as it was not so long ago. And you're finally able to see the beginnings of the forest. And now, what is your intention with this forest? To skirt it, or try to go through it?
I think we should go through and reprovision in the town that we visited before.
Oh, fun. We might meet our friend, the ship captain.
Oh, so you're looking to go all the way to shore and finally to the
Right, because if we get to the town, then we can sort of cross west to east, right, and then enter the canyon there, the southern canyon between the mountains, because that's grassland, and we can go up to Bog Rest and cross the river, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, that was,
and
that was your
there's
intention.
swamps over there apparently, but if that town is somewhere we can civilize, right, where we can go, as opposed to the town of the beastmen that we ran up to the last time. That would be bad. But assuming that this Bog Rest is civilized, then
it sounds like a nice spa place.
right.
Gotcha,
And so I think we talked about Bog Rest, then going to Gal.
So you're trying to go like this way then, right?
Right. Because that's all grasslands, and then swamp, and then Bog Rest. And then probably we'll go to Gal and maybe take a ship that take us to the Black Forest Inlet, and then make our way north to the Red Desert.
Exactly. Okay,
Right.
Just making sure that we were on the same page still.
Yeah,
All right, excellent.
that's a rough plan, I guess.
That's good to me.
Good plan as I've ever heard. All right, so you're able to begin.
You haven't heard many
forest.
plans, have you?
I have not. I've heard a bunch, I've heard a bunch, but how bad could that one be? So you're able to enter the forest. There aren't trails as such in this area, but it's the trees are sparse enough, and a lot of big conifers and what have you, that you're able to kind of get your horses right in there without a problem and begin to trek across the forest. What seems to be kind of odd is, Dietrich is a really good hunter, and he's having like no luck. There's game.
So just like in the last time we visited.
No, I'm not rolling.
There's game.
Right?
There's game.
He's just presuming that I'm rolling. All right,
I'm assuming based on your average level of skill, like you're having like almost like pretty much no luck. Like, I mean, just everything staying just out of reach. It's almost as if the creatures know.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask, because if I feel like they're nearby, I feel something's out of sorts, that I shouldn't have this much trouble getting these creatures that are trapping. I want to set up a trap to see if I can go away and maybe make something. One night then we bed down.
And what we'll also do is, just to make sure if there's something wrong with this forest, is Arngrim and I, since we have the survival skill also, we'll take turns hunting. We'll share the hunting duties with Dietrich. See if it's just a bad place to hunt.
Or
Okay.
if it's just Dietrich.
Right.
It's just Dietrich. You know, why don't you guys make your D12 rolls anyway?
I guess the same as the tracking skill.
Yeah.
Is it
I rolled,
10 out of 12, let's say?
yeah, I rolled a 6.
I got a 6 as well.
Okay, hold on.
I got a 5, so that's good.
I wonder if the runes are a consistently easy one.
You're still, you know, a few days in, you're still having like no luck. I mean, it just you should have, you know, been able to, you know, hit that stag, and it just kind of almost like knew you were there before, you know, before your shot, and it just, you know, to Arngrim and Torsten, you're getting the feeling it just doesn't even seem natural, like something's wrong.
Magpie. Do you think we could be cursed, Magpie? Do you sense anything here?
Do I sense anything here?
The last
Oh,
time
yeah.
we were here,
'Cause
we
I'm-
were attacked by strange creatures, if I remember correctly.
And the trap that you've tried to set at night, nothing's gone in it. In fact, in the morning, the traps have been destroyed. Like something's messed with them.
Okay.
No obvious tracks around the trap of any large creature or something destroying the.
Oh, well, I don't know. Give me your tracking kind of skill.
Brother
Oh.
Torsten, I sense something smarter than our traps.
Sounds right. I rolled an 8 and I rolled a 2. So
Yeah, 10 and 12 based on it. I rolled a 2.
Really, no big giant creature. It just seems like normal woodland animal tracks, like deer, rabbit. You know, more. It definitely was something there that night.
Right.
So it's been destroyed basically.
Yeah, torn apart. I mean, like the traps been kind of disassembled. You know,
Just-
bait's still there.
Bait's still there. It's
Yeah.
even stranger.
Yeah, it is.
no
And
natural
it's-
animal.
And it's broken to bits, right? Or well,
Yeah, broken to bits, you know, disassembled. You know,
hmm. Well,
If,
something seems to be following us or interested in us.
Or someone.
I wonder, like,
someone.
how much food did you guys bring with you?
We had bought provisions in the town
You had.
Right.
to travel as fast as possible, but hard to tell how much is left.
And we should have estimated correctly, right? Because we've been this way before, right? So it's not like we're in
Right.
uncharted territory. So
Right.
it
So you're not
stands to
starving.
reason.
You're not
Yeah.
starving yet.
well,
Although,
the second foot doesn't bode well for me. You know, spirits, something is protecting these animals.
all right.
Like,
So once again, let's take a look at where you guys are. And
We're having Satokwa's luck here.
Yeah, we should make haste. We should make
I
haste.
don't want to know about what's new in
Town.
photos. My iPad here wants to tell me about what's new in photos. Technology is so good for your game. Yeah, all right, let's see. So let's see. Let's go back to the crooked map for a second. There we go. Yeah, I gotta share it. Okay, good. Done. So, you fellas have been here before. You know, when you went through Lake Nova. Right now, you've like kind of like entered right around here-ish,
Mhm.
and you've been in the forest now for a few days. And you should have hit this river by now. You haven't.
And we haven't.
oh yeah.
Possible that we have lost our way.
All three of us?
Strange.
Doesn't make sense.
I can start leaving
Double
Mark. So we're not backtracking.
What's that?
We need to start leaving Mark where we've been,
Right.
possibly trees and whatnot.
Trail marks. That sounds smart. Yeah.
A good idea.
That was
Yeah,
an excellent idea.
I don't want to be walking around in the fog in a circle.
Gotcha.
And I guess the sunlight isn't directly visible.
No, it's visible enough in the forest. It's, you know, it's not like this really dark, you know, dismal forest. You know, you're able to get your bearings every day.
Right. That's for sure. We should be able to, you know, keep moving west and hit the river at some point. Right? It just traverses the forest.
Yeah,
doesn't
we're on horseback. You said it's
Yeah.
with horses, you know. So
Speaking of
horses-
horseback, the only other thing that's like seems to be your horses seem to be a little less responsive. Like they're just starting to get a little bit more headstrong, not responding to your commands as well.
getting hard to steer. Okay.
I think this forest must be cursed.
Do I sense any magic? Because we have that innate sense magic thing.
Oh, that's right.
Do we roll for that?
Well, I rolled for you before.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just things seem unnatural to you at this point.
Right.
Like something seems off. Like the two of you definitely have your spidey sense tingling to a certain extent.
Okay.
You know, but it's not like this general thing. It's just something seems unnatural. Like more.
I've got subdue animal if I can try to placate the animal to what is bothering them. You know, we're stop. How much resistance I can get back?
You're gonna try to subdue your horse?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to translate it over into, you know, just seeing how
Well, that's kind of interesting though.
I'm
'Cause, you
him
know,
the horse. If his eyes are dilated, see if he's you know what I mean, responsive or aggressive or snorting and blowing, or what is he doing exactly?
okay, the huntsman, the defeated animal. Let's see. You're gonna assert your dominance.
Yeah.
All right, your base chance is 4 and 12. Try to assert your dominance. You're gonna subdue the animal. But I just want to see you try. 8. Okay.
Nope.
Well, let's see. Is your strength or wisdom or charisma over 16?
Strength is 16. That's half, not over.
Okay. Nope. A 16 plus. 16 plus. Yeah, but you still don't have a stamina. Okay. You're not really asserting your dominance over your horse, but you do notice the horse has that. When you look in his eyes, he's got that demeanor of like a more of a wild animal, like not a tamed animal.
He's not domesticated. That's what I was worried about.
Not as domesticated as he once was. He's got that look of like a horse that hasn't quite been broken yet.
Yeah.
Something's turning even our own steeds against us. We have to hurry.
Okay. If I can self-examine, do I feel any different? You know, at that moment, I'm looking around and seeing if I feel, you know, more like a little scanning a little bit. Are my comrades getting short with each other? Ill tempered? What about Boog over there?
No, not really. No, everybody seems to be about as surly as ever. Biscuit seems to be as greedy and as untrustworthy as ever. You know.
If even animals are riding or get more feral and we can't hunt anything here. You know, they're super alert. And we haven't found the river yet. Should we be by the river?
Should be there by now.
Should be.
Can't you throw some runes and find us a direction here?
I don't have anything that helps us out. Like my runes are all about controlling people and things.
I wonder if we strayed too close to those who hunt us from the cursed plateau.
Been in this forest for days. What'd you say? 3 days? Has it been?
You've been there, oh gosh, now it's been
Yeah.
about 4 days.
We haven't reached the river yet.
It doesn't seem to me like those devils could be doing this.
And yet we can't find a river. We should have been there by now.
Yeah, I've been marking trees since I said it. I don't know how if we've been gone for a day. And I'm looking to see if I'm paranoid about magic of being lost in the fog as one in circle. So
Our stores are running low. We need to find a way out of this place.
Maybe we can set a double trap tonight. You set up one of your traps and we hide and watch to see what comes to
We'll watch
destroy.
over. That is a good idea.
All righty.
Yeah.
So Dietrich sets up a
All right.
trap,
yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah.
and you guys are able to hide someplace and observe the trap and what's actually happening. So you're all staying awake?
I think tonight we should. It's our best chance to.
Catch this culprit, whoever he is.
Okay, so what kind of hiding place are you making, and what are you doing to make it? What else are you doing?
Well, I guess obviously mechanically we're using our barbarian ambush abilities, right? But what I would do is maybe have the magpie up on a tree branch.
Yeah, do we have a lot of tree
Oh yeah, it's a
cover?
forest.
Okay.
Maybe there's an area where there's mild elevation, right? So we can overlook. Set the trap on the bottom and, a couple of feet up. Just be looking, right? Maybe hiding in bushes. Or something.
And then the rest of us, we should be like underground and camouflage ourselves, like put branches on our helmets and cover ourselves with those wolf pelts.
Ah, there you go.
To try to use the smell of the wolf pelts to hide our own human scent.
Yeah.
But of course, we would be downwind of the trap, of the lure, right?
We'll try, right? We don't know what the wind's gonna do, but we'll certainly try.
Right.
You might want to put Digits a little bit further away.
All right. And what are you using for bait? Like what kind of animal are you trying to lure here?
But we gotta use some of our food. We haven't been able to catch it. You can't see anything.
What was that?
Maybe some kind of
I would use the same bait we've been using, because it's not the thing we want to catch isn't touching it, but the other critters around are interested.
Well, I guess if we're trying to catch food, we should put like some sort of deer bait, whatever herbs or something that we know might attract them,
Mhm.
because I don't think,
deer corn.
if
There you go.
Oh,
Little clover, little deer corn. Yeah, okay.
throw a pumpkin out there. Yeah.
Well, Dietrich knows what he's talking about. He knows how to get a deer.
Mm.
All right. So magpie's up in the tree. The rest of you are like on the ground doing your thing. And some time passes. So it's about, it's after midnight. It's pretty dark. But you got a campfire going.
We're gonna let it all hang out.
Yeah, let it all hang out. And definitely the trap is doing its job. There starts to be like some investigation. Dietrich can even see the little field mice or something like that sort of go, but they're not going in. and rabbit kind of hops around there, and then a couple deer come like slowly, cautiously through the woods, like right by the campfire, kind of sniff at that kind of area, and are kind of like nudging the edges of the trap, but not going in. And then let's see. There's no sort of, everybody make a test of wisdom.
Ooh,
I guess we'll go with that.
wisdom.
So whatever.
4 out of
Whatever.
6.
Yeah, whatever in 6 you got.
Nope, missed mine.
I got 3 out of 6.
Okay.
If I'm doing that right.
Hyperborea.
Sorry, is there a 4 out of 6 level?
Yeah, if you got, if you're
4,
really
4 out of
wise.
6 is,
I have 17 wisdom.
yes, then
Yeah.
you have 4 out of 6.
Okay,
Sir?
4 out of 6.
I have
Ha!
You got it.
14 is 3 out of 6. Yeah, let's see. 2. There you
Okay.
go. then
And
Ranger die.
Dietrich,
I got a 6.
you got a 6. You rolled a 6.
Wisdom 12. So
Okay, all right. You rolled 6. All right. So Mizgit and Torsten notice that it's making no sound whatsoever, but there's a young woman just walking, right through the forest in like these flowing tresses, not robes almost, but almost like sheer fabric, and these long tresses, and she's kind of like almost like gliding across the ground, heading towards the deer and the trap. And when she has this like smile, she has this really angelic, like kind of calm, serene look on her face. And you also notice that at one point she walks right through a tree. And keeps coming. And then she kind of looks at the trap, and then the deer themselves start to like tear it apart when she looks at them.
Does she look insubstantial, or does she look like a meat person who walked through a tree?
She looks like a meat person that walked right through a tree.
Okay.
So she does look humanoid.
She does. Gorgeous.
Okay. I'm going to whisper in the tree. Grief of the bondmaid in state of oppression and toilsome work. Constraint. So hold person. I'm going to cast. I've got 120 feet.
Yes.
It can
All
be
right.
cast on a single opponent. So long as they're. Yep. Okay. That's cast as a group. Each target is allowed a sorcery save throw to resist the spell. If single target, its saving throw is made at a -2 penalty.
Okay. She is held.
Oh, nice.
There's this look on her face that she's like completely frozen. Once she's like that, the deer and the rabbits and everything else like scatters.
And,
Right.
and that holds for 1 hour.
We captured the
Nice.
princess. Great job, Magpie.
Awesome.
All right. so gonna go first thing, gonna go restrainer.
Okay.
Fire up.
So you guys are walking the tree that the magpie is in, takes a step forward and says, "Release my child." And so magpie, you're in this tree, like starting to get down, and all of a sudden the entire tree starts to move, and you hear this
my
great
God.
resonant booming voice, "Release my child." And he's pointing it like he's saying it towards Torsten and Inger, who are already walking that way.
Let us out of this forest, and she will be unharmed. You do not want us here, and we do not want to be here.
What is your business in my forests?
We're just passing through, like literally.
We wish to reach the eastern shore of
I
the
am
river
holding on tight and staying absolutely silent.
and
Good.
cross onto the plains beyond.
You don't wish us to hunt, we will not hunt. All we need is to want, all we want is to get out of here to the east.
And what are you doing, Dietrich?
Oh, well, I was going over to, because I didn't see her. I was making headway after they started destroying the trap. And when I heard this booming voice, I'm turning around, and if I don't think he's noticed me, and talking to the other two, I'll slink off behind, ironically, another tree and hug it for a while and see what's going on.
Okay, let's see. Can you actually hide? What kind of stealth ability do you have?
As a thief, third level.
As a thief. Okay, well, cool. Well, then you gotta figure it out and roll, man. This is getting interesting.
Well, I don't know.
A third level thief hides 6 and 12 and moves silent 6 and 12.
6.
Okay, so you actually hide. You actually able to make yourself relatively invisible, or at least not.
Not out like a sore thumb. Yeah.
Like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Okay, so the magpie will be right back. So what I tell, I'm speaking with all this bravado to the tree, and I'm like whisper to Arngrim, just don't pull out your axe. Give me a weapon. Use the hammer.
Yeah, I have the hammer. I would have had the hammer anyway. Yeah.
Don't touch your freaking axe.
Yeah. So there was a town on the northern shore of the Brigands Bay. That's where we were headed to reprovision and then cross east beyond this land. Is the village still there?
Village of men?
Yes.
I care not for villages of men. I do not know whether the town is still there. What I do know is that you're trespassing in my woods. I've had enough of your kind, traipsing about, cutting down trees, lighting fires, hunting my animals.
All we want to do is sleep.
We were unaware that you held dominion over these lands. We will set no fires. We will cut no wood. We will hunt no animal. We ask but passage to the village, if possible, or else to the eastern edge of the forest, that we may leave your land in peace.
Our people still worship Yunde. You let us out, not only will we not harm anything else in this forest, but when we next come to one of her temples, we shall make an offering in your name.
Oh, go ahead, roll up.
Bribery. I like it. Yeah.
Can I get a kind of charisma bonus there, pal?
Roll a test of charisma or a reaction?
No, I just want to know what your charisma was.
Oh, my charisma is plain. 9.
Plain Jane. Oh man. Well, I rolled an 11. He's actually digging your idea.
Nice.
Yeah. And he reaches into himself, picks up Mizgit by the ankle. Isn't that kicking? Because this thing is enormous. As you seem to have lost this, and kind of places him down unceremoniously.
Thank you.
My child.
Release her.
We've been talking for a while, right?
Not that long.
So here's the thing.
Can you actually break the spell?
This is stuck for an hour. The best I could do is maybe with command break her out for like a minute.
Oh no.
Or you can just tell him the truth.
Tell him the truth. Tell him the magic holds her there.
Did we get his name? I'm sorry. I had.
You did not.
Okay. Your child will release on her own in what it's midnight, before too long. The best I can do is to release her for a minute, a small increment of time. Unfortunately, I did not realize that she was not here to do us harm.
He picks you back up by the ankle.
Yep.
And dangles you over her. And just doesn't say anything else.
Mm.
And waits.
Okay.
So what I do is I make a big show of just like sitting on the floor.
Right. What is your name, Lord of Trees, that we may offer sacrifice in your name?
Free stash.
His name is Arco. He says, my name is Arco. It is much longer than that, but that will have to do for you.
I'm going to try to slip around and work my way to the young lady to the tree from where I am now.
Oh, okay. Now you got a really real stealth roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
Please don't. Please don't. Oh, dear. Remember, being held over her.
1.
You got a 1.
Just remember, he's looking straight at her. Please don't do this stupid.
Yeah.
He is looking straight at her, but you're able to get just about there, Like you can see that if you get any closer, you'll be right in this guy's field of vision.
Okay. I'm obviously behind another tree, but I'll start fishing out my flint and tinder and torch for right now. And listen.
So I imagine I'm upside down.
You are upside down. Every once in a while, like a coin or like a small gem falls on the ground. It's like a light rain.
Lord Arco, if I may, I would be willing to stay with you, preferably upright, until your child is released from the spell as insurance that I am of my word.
We can all stay, my friend. Why should he trust us to deliver the sacrifice if we do not keep our own?
I'll stand up and take my water bottle and unscrew it and approach him with it in hand and say, a small offering of peace to you, Lord of the Forests. And I'll pour a little water over the roots. So I figure maybe he'll appreciate that.
And there's this kind of like deep grumbling
And then
That's
I-
cool.
It's possibly like, it's hard to say.
Ooh. Uh,
And then I
And he
just,
After-
hasn't answered Mizka at all. Like he just
right, and I just bow and, make my way back.
so as I see Arngrim, backing up, I throw Arngrim my horn.
Oh, okay.
So that would, just as an idea, that water, Brother Arngrim, that water might be sweeter.
This is the horn that heals, right?
Uh-huh.
That offers the draft.
I mean, it's a maybe. I don't know. I'm just.
Oh, yeah, he suggested that you water the tree with the
horn. Right?
Mhm.
horn. Man, we're brown nosing this ant like nobody's business.
It's a fucking tree.
I bet this sword wish it was an action.
It's an int, and it's been a while, bro. But I seem to remember something about hit dice 11 ish.
I don't want to fight trees. I don't want to fight trees. I especially don't want to fight trees that hit back.
Yeah, right. No, but let's engage. I'll keep the conversation going, and so let's say, which would you tell us the way to? Would you show us the way to the village or to the river so that we may find our way, make our way across to the eastern border, to the eastern plains?
If you promise to leave immediately and make the sacrifice in my name, that I can do. If my child is unharmed.
As soon as you see that she is safe, we will leave your domain by the fastest route.
And as the minutes tick by, the
During
spell-
during that, I'll
Yeah.
take and wrap the end of my arrow and set that. You light it just in case.
just in case.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, good.
Okay. And as the minutes finally tick by, the spell breaks, and the young woman. Oh, and as soon as she starts to move around, like the tree lets Mizgit go. Mizgit's a good like 3 or 4 feet above the ground. Boom!
Thank you.
Dizzy, been there for an hour, hanging
Yeah.
upside down.
Dizzy, wind knocked out of me.
Right. I go to him and help him up and hand him the drinking horn.
Hey, thanks. And I will promptly sit my ass back down.
Oh, get the horses.
He just nods like, oh, okay.
Lord Arco, our bargain is kept. Will you show us the way?
Yes, I will show you the way. And he begins to just turns around and starts to walk.
Nice.
Long strides, and it's nighttime. And he just starts walking.
Right.
Boom.
Get our horses and follow him.
Boom.
We'll do our best to keep up.
All righty. And night turns into day, and he keeps walking, and he's just not stopping. It's like a breakneck pace. And takes you right over the river, like he crosses the river and doesn't stop. Like he's not waiting for you guys to figure out how to get across.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll.
You got to ford it with horses, yeah.
If we have to swim the horses, we'll swim the horses. Doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah, and the horse is
Wait.
swimming there, freaking out. He's literally disappearing in the distance. Boom! And you're having to, have the horses really gallop pretty
Well,
fast to catch up to this thing.
Keep following. I'll catch up, and I'll try and get some water back on our water skins, right? And
Yeah.
and do my best to catch up.
And finally, after like this incredible force march, he stops and like lifts up one branch and points. There is your village.
Fuck off.
And then turns around and starts walking the other way.
Nice.
I still like my version of his goodbye better.
This is a village we've been to once before, correct?
This is the village that we were to before, if I'm not mistaken, right? So it's like a port village.
Well, let's see. Which one is this though? Let's see.
ASSH.
I don't know if that's the exact same village.
Or it might be the one to the south or something.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit different than the one you were at before. Let's see. Let me get a bigger map here.
I believe we were at the northernmost. The last
Yeah,
time we
I
were.
remember us being at the northern village.
Right.
Yeah.
Pull it up. It's two.
Yeah, the one
We
that's
weren't-
right at the mouth of that river.
It's at about a week, year's travel. Plan.
Yeah, you actually made it to.
You have to pan down because it's
Okay, yeah.
it's showing
Okay,
to
yeah.
north. Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. Hold on for a second. Sorry, kids at home. This is tough.
The
Man,
new
which-
map has greater contrast. I think the colors in the old map are better,
Right.
but the contrast overall is much better on the third edition map.
Right. No, I hear you. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys were at the top of Brigand's Bay
Right.
originally.
Originally, it was the northernmost town right there at the very top of the bay.
Okay.
So that's where you were trying to get to, is right up here, right?
Right. Because that's the place we've been before, right? But we really just want to get to the other side now without making this guy angry.
Right. Okay, but that's still where you're intending to go?
Yeah, to resupply, I guess. Particularly since we haven't been able to hunt.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
And they do know your name. In fact, let's pull up some notes.
Well, I don't
It's been
like
a
the way
while
you
since-
said that.
Well, they should know you. They absolutely know your name there.
Boy, I don't even post it about the time.
And I'm trying to remember what the guy's name that ran that place was.
And they're always glad we came.
Yes.
The top dog pirate.
What's going on, Mr. Peterson? Let's talk about what's going in, Mr. Peterson.
Exactly. So you're able to get back to that village. It's last time you were there, you traded a bunch of horses and ermine pelts and all that to the head gangster, for lack of a better word, because he's kind of like a bit of a pirate.
I seem to remember we made a good impression on him.
You did make a good impression on him.
Particularly
Yeah.
you made a good impression on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what I did, but all I remember, I think we drank the night away or something.
You did. You
It
drank
was-
the night away. And then some people start to recognize you as you show up. It's been a long time since you've been there. One thing is some people seem to like get a real kick out of or kind of feel it's a little odd that Mizgut's alive.
That's right. He was killed in combat. I remember. Yeah.
That's right. And a couple guys look like they've seen a ghost.
I'll wave kindly.
I thought he was dead.
Oh, this is
Isn't
twin.
that
You don't know the half of it.
isn't that annoying blowhard? I thought you killed him. So it's a little bit of mumbling and talking. But enough people here recognize you. I can't remember the name of the town off the top of my head. It's in my notes here someplace. But enough people recognize you that it's been a while since you've been here. But you've got quite a bit of money still, so it's not very hard for you guys to get resupplied and get yourself a place to stay and all that sort of stuff. And there's a couple guys that remember you from last time that are more like associates of the head chieftain, and how you fellas been doing? Got quite a bit of bank there, huh? Last time I saw you were trading your horses just to be able to stay someplace and get passage on a ship. Did you ever get back to your homeland? Isn't that what you were doing?
Not exactly. We went on a detour expedition with that ship captain McCready.
McCready.
Yes.
What a scoundrel.
That's exactly what he turned out to be, but we managed to earn a bit of coin on the way, and it seems our fate has taken us back in full circle to this town where we started. Now we are bound further. Well, it's not east. This is is it east? Yeah, I think it's still
it's
east because north is always to the center. So I guess it's always east, right? So
yeah, I'm wondering if you're in Hyperborea, people just speak of the lands they're going to or where they're going. I don't know. It's
right
by direction.
Well, I guess it's technically still east, right? Because we're going counterclockwise. So
yep. Yeah, we're going east.
We're journey east.
Way east.
So you looking for another ship, or what's your plan? You've come by land. Okay, I mean they left here by ship. A little odd.
We haven't had the best luck on ship. I would figure we'd try
Especially
overland
Brother
travel
Dietrich,
now.
am I right?
Yes, Dietrich doesn't like the ships as much. Tell me of the lands of the Gal Hills. What can we expect if we head up that way?
Well, kind of nasty. Not my favorite places.
The home of the Celts, isn't it?
There are quite a few Celts there, yes. Home of the Celts. Probably better to go that way though than back towards towards your old homeland. What was all the fighting down there?
Yes.
It's a mess and a half. You barely trade with a city at this point. It's under so much of a siege. People constantly asking for warriors to go down there and fight. Nobody in their right mind would go do that, defending a city that may or may not be there in a month. Area may be screwed, but Gal Hills. Let me see if there's anything really notable about the Gal Hills, other than the fact that it is Celtic.
Well, perhaps they'll be more amenable if small delegation such as ourselves shows up and negotiates personally.
Negotiates for what?
Mercenaries, as you say. People to help retake our lands.
Want to retake your lands? It's a lot of sheep. Sheep everywhere. Lion, tigers, bears. Lions, tigers, and bears, believe it or not.
Oh my.
And wolves. Yeah, oh my.
Nice. We also have to cross the river Maidebe.
Yeah. And then Bogras is actually known for iron smelting. From the stuff in the bogs themselves. So.
Oh, cool.
So there's no trading caravans that are departing? Just warrior bands?
I'm not understanding what.
You
Del
sound
just
like
said.
Chevy Chase, man. Where's the new?
Hmm.
Oh, I said that there's no trading caravans departing to the
Oh.
city or warrior bands departing.
That's a good
No, no. It's just, listen, at the end of the day, we're just simple merchants here, really.
Numbers.
And there's no real, the risk cost benefit ratio going down to Camarium right now, terrible, terrible. We're better off traveling to the other direction, the other side of the world. But to go through the Gull Hills, it's really not our style. We're aquatic people by heart. But you have coin, doesn't matter who you are. We like you.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, yeah.
Honest.
The Celt are our distant kin, so
They don't really like our kind much more than the pure blood Kimerians do.
but we're Chimeri Celts, right? Everybody hates
Yeah,
us,
you are.
or what?
But
Oh,
neither of them really like us because we're like,
barbarians. Yeah.
we're like
Mongrel dogs. Yeah,
mongrel dogs. That's the word.
that's pretty much it. Yeah, your little mongrel dogs. So your plan though is to not go by sea, but go by
Land,
land.
right?
Trying to go through the Gull Hills to get to the Red Desert. That's really what you're trying to.
Yeah, the lore is that when there was that plague, a lot of the clans in the borderlands between the Cimmerians and the Celts started getting decimated.
Right.
So to survive, the clans that were in trouble, they mixed. But the pure bloods on either side don't like us.
And to put things in perspective, you're here. Hold on for a second. Put things in perspective. You're here, and you need to get there.
Right, that's
You
true.
know.
For a minute, I thought it was the Red Desert. It isn't.
No,
No.
Other desert.
It's the Sakat Desert.
So I wonder if if we'll be able to find ships at Gal, because that's
Yeah,
the other thing.
That might be our best bet to get around. Because if we got on a ship here, we would have to go out through the
Vinland.
Brigand. We'd have to go out through Brigand's Bay,
Right.
and then
Through
cross through
Vinland, which
hopefully
like
we can
Vikings.
cross, there, as opposed to going to Gal. Then we're just going out that peninsula along the broken coast.
Right.
And as I get it, the bigger cities and towns, they're like mixed, right? It's just the wilderness for their tribes. So it's we should be okay once we get to the city.
Yeah, should be all right. So then I suppose you guys want enough provisions to make your way across land, which I think is completely insane. To get there,
at least as far as Gal, I suppose, right? Because we could always reprovision there.
We could
and get more horses, right? And have like a train of horses and do our own little trading caravan thing, right?
You want a trading caravan.
So if you remember pilgrimage, we can get some pilgrims to come along.
For barbaric venture capitalists. I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, you say this amongst yourselves or in front of this guy?
No, I think this would have been like a plan that we would have.
Yeah,
been
we don't want to
discussing,
tell them we're
right?
going to Gal. No way.
Okay.
Because that will certainly cause attention. But we do ask him what he knows about the hills, just because Arngrim's his BFF and they're making combo.
Yeah, I mean, to them, it's just like it's not. There's no real profit going that way. A, they're just people that are kind of seafaring to begin with, and B, these inland types. I mean, Gal's a great place to go trade, but the actual Gal Hills, and they're backwards.
So the crossing to the city will probably be dangerous because I had thought,
A lot of
Maybe-
sheep farmers, like, there's wolves, there's tigers, there's lions, there's bears.
right.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to go up to Bogrest so that way we have a small river to cross as opposed to a bay?
Right. I mean, we would have to cross that river at some point. It's either close to the mouth of the bay, and that's a straight line to Gal, or deviate north through the swamp to Bogrest, and then
Yeah.
across land and over the hills to Gal.
How much is each one of the hexes? Sorry.
It's probably a day's travel.
Day's travel,
if-
yeah.
If
Okay.
if terrain is normal. So if it's swamps, it's probably 2 days, right?
Yeah,
So,
thereabouts.
but it's like 1 hex of swamp, right? Distance, I suppose.
Yeah, it
So
looks
could be
like-
2 days, 2 days detour north.
Hmm.
It might be worth going there. And then maybe hitch some sort of caravan from Bogrest
Yeah, because
From
I'm sure they have
Bogrest to Gal,
trade with Gaul.
right? Because they deal in iron.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
they got to get that iron to the city. So that's a really good plan, actually, I think. Right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Is that the best plan I've heard all night? So then you reprovision. You get
Yes.
yourselves, like completely set to go on a longer trip. And
Right.
let me just put this back up just one more time. So
A couple of pack horses and,
Yep.
lots of provisions and
We need to get a
Extra
cook.
arrows. It's case we
that
want
was-
to see our quivers again.
and that was the last we saw of those excellent ponies. So
yeah, I mean, we're fully prepared to lose the pack animals at the first sign of trouble, but hey.
Right, right.
So that ain't hirelings in this town.
See, because that would mean 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's about 12 days, call it 2 weeks to Bogrest from this village, right? Because we still have to
All right.
cross, call it 2 days of forest. Yeah, and then
Okay.
each other hex is a day, right? So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah.
call it 2 weeks, right? So
okay. Anything else you want to do?
other than reprovision, is there a temple to the deity that
Oh.
we?
Here?
Yeah, that we promised to.
It's a village, so I don't know if they'll have it. But
No, there's no temple.
there's
I'm,
no
I'm
temple.
hoping that there'll be temples or shrines to Hyundai in the Celtic lands.
Okay.
No.
That makes more sense.
What
So-
would we offer a tree? I guess refuse, right? Like whatever's left from whatever we eat.
Oh, like
right?
compost.
Like right. We would. I guess we would
Well,
plant it.
What's a good sacrifice in a shrine of Hyundai? I mean,
Oh, right. No, I'm just saying I'll probably because we're superstitious barbarians, or at least I am a superstitious
Okay.
barbarian. So
yeah,
I
you're-
would
you're the
probably.
mystical guy.
Yeah, after dinner I would like grab all the leftovers, right, and take them on a big plate or something out on a bucket outside and go to the edge of the forest and bury it in the ground next to a tree, right?
Actually, I'm gonna plant trees all the way up there like Johnny Appleseed. You know,
I
Yeah,
need you to
make-
make me a wisdom check there, Arngrim.
Uh-oh.
Jeez.
Oh geez, this is where it goes wrong.
you just take a
Wisdom.
dump.
2 out of 6. Here we go. Yes.
What was that?
It's a
They
1.
got
One.
one.
So I do
It's
it.
a 1.
Yeah.
Okay. And as you look up after you bury all that slop
Uh-huh.
under a tree, behind another tree, you see this young woman looking at you.
Ooh,
And she smiles and then she vanishes.
Nice. Awesome.
nice.
Oh,
Nice
shoot.
start. Good.
Yep.
Awesome.
Good, good.
All right.
Should have seen that one coming.
So the real question at this point is, on your way to progress, do you go this way or do you go right to the forest?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, no.
Mm,
No, I
Go
don't
around.
know. No.
I'd say we're taking the long way around.
Do you
yes.
take the long? Okay, you're gonna take the long. Okay, just making sure, man. You
Well,
know,
and it makes sense. We have horses. We're plains barbarians mostly. So
Right. And we, as long as we keep the
Okay.
bargain, right?
Right.
No cutting of wood, no lighting of fires, no killing of animals.
All that kind of
Should be
good stuff. And I guess the only other thing I'm going to ask is, are you planning to go along the mountains or right to the dead center?
no,
This
Dead
way.
center. We're horsemen.
Yeah, yep.
yeah.
You're going
Okay,
to
dead
avoid
center.
all mountains.
And we trust the
Okay.
speed.
Right.
Yo,
Avoid mountains, avoid trees,
Rocks.
avoid
anything.
water.
Avoid water. We've had bad experiences on water
No,
too.
and
Yeah.
also it makes sense, in the fiction that we're plains barbarians. This is the first time we've had an open steppe,
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
an open grassland without there being a forest
Okay.
or something in the way. So we might as well take
Okay.
advantage of
So,
our forte.
all right. So then a few days roll by, and you skirt the forest. You start running up the step. There's falcons in the air, not at your breast, but they're falcons.
Wrist, the wind in your hair.
There's the wind in here. The step is open, and you can see there's like the very small little villages and what have you that you can see the sheep dotting the hills. That people have their sheep out there, and you've seen some wolves and what have you. At night sometimes it's clearly there's some predators around. That sort of thing. But it's up here. So, like, how many days would that be? About, say, 4 days or so to get about here, give or take.
Yeah,
You know?
for 4 or 5 days maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's glorious. It's really the weather is really, really nice now. You're not in some horrible forest. You're not in some you're not at the foot of some awful mountains, and you can see the sheep grazing out in front of you, and then this shadow passes right over you, like for a second, because it's a beautiful day, and you can see the shadow pass right over you and continue across the land, and this black shape swoops down and picks up one of the sheep. And this enormous wing spread.
Ooh.
As this creature picks up one of the sheep, and the sheep's bleeding in terror. The other sheep are running like crazy. You can see some shepherds running in terror, not running to save their sheep, but sort of running in terror, and.
Right.
Looking up, you can see this. This great figure, which seems to be like all wings, all tail, and all neck. With just two hind legs that's grabbing this bleeding sheep.
But it's
And
not a bird.
Not a bird. And then this long, sinuous tail.
Oh,
Zips around and whacks, the tip of the tail whacks the sheep, and the sheep stops bleeding and goes still.
God.
And is it like a
a wyvern.
reptilian thing?
Is it a what?
Is
Reptilian.
it like reptilian or feathered?
Oh, it's definitely reptilian looking.
Yikes.
Ready your bows and have an arrow knocked. If this thing wishes to have a taste of our horses, we'll have to drive it off. Let's make haste. So we pick up the pace, but with bow at the ready.
all right, just get along there, man. Can help us with that.
And you can see this thing land not so far from there and just like start to begin to like just tear the sheep apart.
Give it wide berth.
Enjoy his dinner.
And it seems not to really care about you at this juncture.
Yeah, it must be some sort of predator. As long as it has food, let us not become that food.
Let's hope there's not more of them
Yeah.
hunting out.
That's fantastic. All righty. And you see the shepherds start to like slowly get the panic sheep back together. And they look at you. And they shake their heads. And they go back to herding their sheep. Ah, one of them spits on the ground. Ah.
Foreigners.
Worthless foreigners. All right.
And we think
Let's
this
see.
beast could potentially pick up a horse too. A light war horse. The rider.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Let's see. You guys continue to go straight towards Vagras.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's any horrible encounters. No. Oh no. Hey, you guys are doing good.
The term
Okay.
you're looking for is lucky SOBs.
Yep. That's good. So a bunch more days go by. You guys are actually able to make a lot more progress towards Vagras. It's going to put you right about, let's see. Let's see, you're still being very cautious. So you've able to still kind of keep going up this way. Excellent. So I said about 4 days, so you're probably right about here. And that you've gotten past. So you still see sheep here and there and the other, and everywhere. But it's about like maybe like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. There's no sheep around, and all of a sudden your horses become extraordinarily nervous.
Any trees? Are there any trees?
No.
Any trees? No.
Uh,
It's the open steppe.
Yeah, maybe we're like
There's
having
grass,
lunch, right?
there's
And-
grasslands,
and
yeah.
we're on the land, and suddenly
Uh,
something grabs one of those.
That's grassland. I mean, you guys are right. It's grassland, but there's some pretty tall grass here,
Yeah.
and the horses appear to be.
Mm.
The wind has shifted a little bit, and the horses appear to be
Mm.
somewhat nervous about.
Is the grass undulating?
So it's tall grass, so visibility is not good.
Yeah, ready
Visibility
weapons.
is not good at all.
There might be a panther or a lion. somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, I just mean if there's wind blowing the grass and there's areas of the grass. That are not-
I'm dying to see Dietrich wrestle one of these predators. See if he gets it. Come on, man! It's a class ability.
Mhm.
I know. Break that net out. The spear.
Okay, hold on. Oh dear.
Oh, it's just
Okay,
deer? Oh, that's nice.
No. Let's be fair. No, let's not be fair. Screw that.
Oh,
So
Gone, take him off.
you're not going to be surprised because you're already aware that something's happening. But all of a sudden, bolting out of the grass is this
The ferret.
enormous cat-like creature. It's got giant, great fangs, It's running at you at a fairly impressive rate of speed. And as fast as your horses can go. And it's got not 4 but 6 legs.
Yikes.
Oh,
And it is about, my gosh, this thing has got to be almost 10 feet long, maybe 5 foot at the shoulder.
The trick. He's our man.
I
And
think
you guys have pack horses and your horses, right?
right. And I would have my battle axe ready, I think. Because there's poor visibility, so I wouldn't have strung the bow. I think I would have the battle axe.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten closer with my spear.
Okay, so there's 5 of you plus how many pack horses?
Uh,
I don't want to tell you.
Maybe 2. I mean, more than 2 probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So these horses need to make some kind of save to not panic and die. So let's make a morale check for your horse. At let's see. Well, they're war horses. They trust you.
and we're horsemen, so I guess we know how to control the horses that we're riding, not the pack horses.
Right. So if morale check, you're going to roll 2d6 and not roll higher than the horse's morale. Morale of a war horse is
The war horse, the pack horse.
well, both of them, but
We're rolling for hours first.
Roll for yours, yeah. So your light war horses, their morale is 9. So don't roll over a 9 on 2d6.
Right.
That's bad.
Woo!
Nice.
Okay.
I rolled a 3 total.
Okay.
Oh, I have to roll mine. Hang on.
Okay, so Dietrich, what did you roll and why is it a 12?
no, actually, it was 63.
So you roll a 9?
Yeah,
Okay,
you said don't roll over it.
Yeah, don't roll. Somebody roll for Boog.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Okay. All right. And then let's see. We got to roll for the pack horses. So
Pack horses is
Mizgit-
a 6. It's
and
a
Mizgit,
6.
why don't you roll for the pack horses for one at a time?
So below 6 on 2d6. Come on.
Oh,
Okay, so that's
Nope.
okay. One is going to bolt. Let's roll for the other one.
Yes.
Okay, so one is. So that means that we've got Boog's horse
And
one of the
pack
one pack horses that are just going to bolt, which means at this point, this creature's got to decide which one to go for.
Oh man.
So let's say, you can roll. You can roll Mizgit. So let's say, just roll 1d6. Odds it goes after Boog, and evens it goes after the pack horse.
Goes
all right.
after pack horse.
Pack horse. Nice.
Goes after the pack horse. And let's see. What does this pack horse have? Well, it's probably got half your stuff, or got a bunch of stuff on it.
Yeah, probably food, extra water, and extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, tents
Yeah,
and
food.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Thanks,
So let's do this fair and make this thing actually roll. Because it's not very good at hitting things.
Oh, actually, I would like to cast a rune.
You go ahead.
Okay. Torture of women and cliff dweller and husband of giantess. Enlargement on the horse.
Oh, nice.
It grows to 50%, or it grows 1.5 the size of the mass.
Okay.
And creature gets 50% damage bonus to all attacks.
Okay. Excellent.
Still a chicken, but it's going to be a big chicken.
Yeah.
Right. So the creature does look a bit bemused as it hits the horse once.
Well, so the other thing I was hoping to do with that is
okay.
that as it grew, it busted the straps holding all of our stuff,
Oh,
Oh, okay.
and it dropped our gear.
Hmm.
I'm okay with
Well-
losing a little bit if we can save some of it.
Will that happen? Let's see. It's interesting. All right, maybe non-conventional, but okay. All right,
For the
so
twofold effect.
for the twofold effect, it does burst. Like, I mean, the things, but the problem is your gear is like getting smashed on stuff, so it's like dragging,
Right.
tents and whatnot and smashing stuff. So your gear is kind of like being, dragged off this thing, but it's being destroyed. And this, in the meantime, the other creature hits it a couple times, and this horse, despite its large size, it looks like it's not going to be long for this world.
So,
It's kicked.
Ivan, since
Yeah.
we're watching this Mutual of Omaha Wild Kingdom,
Right? Yeah.
The other than having 6 legs, is there anything else odd about the cat?
Yeah, short, stubby tail, big, giant canines.
Okay, perfect. Right.
Big
Please
giant
go.
canines. Yeah. And yeah, it's doing that thing where it's knocking the horse, and the horse is like tripping, and then it's trying to get back up again. And, Goes back to our childhood.
We're really dating ourselves here, Jen.
And, it just went down. It just went down.
Uh-oh.
And yeah, now this thing is just like, with one fell swoop with one hand, just like broke the horse's neck. The horse's head goes to this really unnatural angle.
Jeez.
Nice.
This big horse.
Yeah, I was like, I'm hoping like the more meat there, maybe it fills up quicker.
Yeah.
As a tertiary effect. I love using the word tertiary.
But yes, you seem to have lost a pack horse.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna give it to him. It's already dead. Plus, he's really big. So I use crying over dead horses. So
Yeah, the other packer's gonna be, I don't like these guys. They should have just left me at the town.
I wonder where Boog is.
Well, hopefully we can track him.
Oh yeah.
Able to finally find Boog.
so the question is, do we try to recover some of our gear, or just like chuck it off to
Well, if the cat is able to do the natural cat thing, which is to drag the prey away, we can recover our gear. Otherwise, we're gonna have to wait and then fight the wolves that come to claim the car.
Yeah. And whatever carrion predators are left.
right.
And try us to do it.
I think I'm rushing the stolen horseback when I have my net and spear ready at the ready, so I'd have been charging to try to throw the net over him. I can roll to try to disarm him because they see my weapon cast and some of his claws.
So you're gonna try to attack this thing as it's eating your horse.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's something.
I'm probably the least defended when I'm eating.
But is there something wrong with the audio on my computer?
No,
He's a little muffled.
Yeah, I think because his microphone is actually in his
I'm
ear.
No, because I think I heard him say he's gonna attack the cat.
Oh no, yeah.
That's gotta be some. It's like
Yeah, I think that these speakers must.
Must be going wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
All right. It seems
All right.
like today is one of those Sundays that are really
Okay.
slow on TV. So we're getting 2 episodes of Mutual of Omaha.
Okay, so all
All
right, so the big cat is eating the big horse. And how exactly you were attacking it again?
the net.
Yeah,
Net?
I want to put it on it and pin it with the spear
Uh-huh.
and try to wrestle it down.
It is
I'm gonna try to.
it is 5 feet tall on the shoulder. About 12 feet long.
Yeah, nice.
It's
Make it
probably 1,200 pounds.
Well, then, the good thing about all of this is that Dell can roll up a Celt for next session.
Yeah.
So, Celts are cool.
be
So,
illegal.
with his mustache and the torques, and it's gonna be cool.
This is 5 feet high, six limbs.
Yeah.
And I think he said 10 foot long.
12. Yeah.
Oh, 12. Okay, my bad.
Oh no.
So okay, fine. So like I guess roll the hit.
Yeah, your
Alright,
net gets
alright.
2/3 of the beast.
Oh, geez. No.
Oh, jeez.
They
Okay,
just
so the-
sell that was a.
Have you ever
What-
disturbed a cat when it's eating?
No, I have zero experience with cats. No, my mom used to be had a phobia of cats, so I've never, I've petted my aunt's cat once in like 50
Okay.
years. So no
Del,
knowledge of cats whatsoever.
Del, have you ever disturbed a cat when it's eating?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
So-
I would have been charging anyway in my mind, you know what I mean, toward the cat,
Right.
and the horse. So I wanted to follow through with that. Yeah, I would sell that net right at it or right over it. As the case is.
Okay. So the net kind of you hit it with a net, but the thing is so big that the net's really just kind of almost ineffective. But it does that thing where it just jerks like a cat jerks all of a sudden and swats it away. And now it's
Yeah.
just looking at you, and its just mouth is covered with blood, with horse blood, and little strand of horse meat like hanging down like one part of its jaws, and it's looking at you and glowering. And it's got this
still
murderous.
clamped down.
Oh no, it's let go of the horse. It's got this murderous look in its eye now.
Okay, I'm gonna turn around and canter that horse if I can control it long enough, and look it in the eye. Just have my spear kind of at the ready, because I've wheeled that horse around like you're saying, and let's look at me. I'll try to canter backwards a little bit, a step or two, but I'm not gonna, you know what I mean. I want you to see his reaction.
Reaction of the cat.
Yes.
Okay. I want you to make one of those domination rolls again, like you did before.
Yeah.
You got to try some of that Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah. Okay, that was domination was
112.
26, right?
Was that
112.
what?
So
I think it was-
while all this is going on, I kind of like ride my horse next to Arngrim's. What in the 9 hells is he doing?
I don't know.
And Boo's like, I think he's making that sacrifice to that god.
God, to do that.
That's one way to do that. Yes.
So you're it's a 4 in 12 chance. However, the animal isn't actually restrained or anything. So I'm gonna say it's a 2 in 12 chance of this domination.
Okay.
Mizgit kind of in the background. You can do it.
You can do it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Arngrim, say some sort of prayer.
But what'd you roll?
That's it. I can't.
A 6. Okay. Now what I need you to do is roll a morale check for your horse. 2d6.
9
but,
or less.
Hold on. The fourth get so
So you rolled a 10. Oh, you rolled a 4 and
a one and a 3.
oh, you roll okay. So your horse is actually remarkably not bolting. Yeah, even though this creature is now like doing that thing where the cat, like a cat, starts to slowly step towards the thing that's going to charge. That's like making a complete eye contact, and it's like cat is getting lower. And it's got this low growl in the back of its throat.
All right, I'm gonna try that intimidation thing again.
That's gonna work again.
Yeah, I know the horse is staying there.
What are you saying to this creature? Are you saying anything? You know what? Like, what does this look like when you're trying to, like, you know?
Oh, I get my spear in the right hand. Yeah, I've already let the net loose in my left.
Right.
There's a circle around. So I'm just kind of standing there, but I'm trying to make myself. I'm trying to peacock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be kind of wide and bowling him out, even though I'm not really feeling it. Obviously, my horse luckily is staying there. So I'll tell him back, and I'll try to urge the horse forward one step while I'm doing this. So I'm pulling, I'm pulling deep from the well of trying to be.
All right.
Trying to be imposing.
You're trying to be imposing. You roll that 12-sided die again.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Yeah, roll that 12-sided die one more time.
No, 8.
That's an 8. Okay, roll initiative.
All right. 3.
Okay, this thing rolls a 6.
Okay, sweet.
It charges. it runs right at you. Come on, who's? Oh, cut that out. Come on, guys. That's not cool. That's not cool. Hold on for 1 second. That's not cool.
Would you prefer another one bites the dust?
And what's your armor class? What's your armor class? What's your armor class, Sergio?
Oh, armor class is 6.
6?
Yep.
6. Okay, cool. All right. So this thing charges.
This thing is gonna do like 72 hit point damage in the first attack.
The rear claws don't actually attack because it's only the front claws that attack, but 3 of them actually hit. You know, and that is that's 9 plus 6. That's 13, and then so some of those go to you, and some of those go to the horse. So you take about 6 points of damage. The horse takes 7 points of damage as the claws just like rake the 2 of you, and then but it also you're in its mouth and you take another 9 points of damage. This thing bites down on you.
So 6 and 9 and 15.
Yeah.
How many hits did he take total?
He took 6 plus 9, so he took 15 hits. The horse took 7. The horse is like freaking out, like he literally knocks the horse over, knocks it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
So it's your turn.
Now, since the officer just jumped on me and bit down and grasped me.
Yeah. Like literally knocked you off your horse, knocked the horse down.
I'm trying frantically to stab him with the spear to his eye socket or somewhere in his face.
All right, well, go ahead, man. Roll that D20.
Come on, this is a good place for 20.
No.
What was that? What armor class you hit?
I rolled a 1. No, we don't have no critical fails, do we?
We sure don't. Although I got a sheet right over there.
Okay. No, that's a big.
But I'm not going to use that sheet. All right. So you don't hit it. You don't hit it. So before we roll initiative again, is anybody else doing anything that's?
I'm gonna pull out my short bow.
I think we're pulling away. Is what.
Okay, so roll
Are we
Roll
gonna
initiative.
attack this thing?
Roll initiative again there.
Thorsten, I can't
That's
hear.
good.
Oh, there.
Torsten is sitting in utter
Shock and
with these,
disbelief.
not with these, please. There's no cows here. Utter shock. He's like,
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, what is your sword thing?
pretty much the same thing.
Fantasy.
What'd you roll?
What the?
Okay, so it's initiative time, right? You roll initiative? Is that what you're doing, Jim?
Oh,
You roll initiative for the group?
two,
Or
sure.
okay.
3.
Okay, great. It's on a 6.
Oh.
So it's interested in he took it at this exact moment. So let's see, it only has 5 attacks. Say this black one is the bite. What class is what?
I can't walk.
6, 7. So it actually hits with all of them.
Who is it attacking? It's still going after Dell, right? Or-
It's still going after Bill, yeah. So it's
We're
Yeah.
turning the
Actually-
horses around and we start
yeah.
galloping away.
well, that's 17. That's 19 plus
I'm readying my short bow for when this thing
Yes.
comes after us.
7, 27 plus. So the claws do 27 points of damage, and the bite does 11.
You're right.
It's a
That's
level
38.
1.
So I have 31 hit points and I got a pretty good constitution.
Oh
So
no, I only had 4 left. at that
Oh,
time.
Okay. So that's you're down to negative.
I tell you
So-
that Celt Warrior looks awesome. I posted it on the
Yeah.
chat.
So
Looks
Dietrich
awesome.
doesn't look good anymore. So like pretty much Dietrich's in front, and he's shaking Dietrich around like a rag.
Ragdoll.
Like I mean,
Yeah.
and I mean like when I'm shaking his body around like a rag, like,
All right.
and the spear and like pieces of armor and knives and huntsman stuff, and the huntsman horn goes flying around.
Ride by
Yeah.
Grimmer. Ride.
Or like you ever had your like a puppy like just shake around like a little toy?
Yeah.
That's kind of like
I got a nice video of that. I'll send it to you guys later.
I want to clarify that I didn't do this to sabotage because in my mind, what I had committed him to do, he was already in full.
yeah.
We're
No,
doing
I
it
get
and
it.
whipping the horse around, So
Yeah, so
yeah.
yeah, so he so Dietrich dies.
Bro-
And,
Brothers, I say we not let our brother Dietrich die in vain.
and Dietrich's horse is running wildly,
He's-
just like in a random direction.
He offered
it-
his
is it-
sacrifice the best way he knew.
To safeguard all of us.
Yes.
Yeah, we will sing of him tonight.
Dietrich's horse, as we pretty much head towards the ending, Dietrich's horse is running in the wrong direction, like in absolute panic. And as it's running and it's getting it's getting farther and farther away, this shape swoops down and picks it up.
Yes, you guys are talking about his sacrifice
Yeah.
and Sanford and Torsten kind of like shoves his horn helmet a bit up on his head and looks, what the hell? That's all you can say.
It's a pack of those things. They don't hunt singing.
And so you guys are very close to progress at this point.
God.
We level
Wow.
up after his death. That would be like the
Yeah, yes, you have to. just
Oh my God.
just from the horror of having to watch that. It's a freaking saber-tooth tiger superior. Thing has 10 hit dice.
the experience of watching this traumatic death just makes us level up.
It's like 5 attacks.
Leveling up by osmosis.
4 of the claws are 1d8 plus 2. The bite is 2d10. You know, and like, of course, it's got 10 hit dice, so it's like, I mean, it's hard for this thing not to hit. And yeah, so
these things are ridiculous. The mountain lions, even the regular mountain lions. I remember playing like multiple versions of D&D, and whenever somebody could shape change or do something, it was the mountain lion because it had like ridiculous 5 attacks per round, and it's like everybody would
crawl, bite.
Right.
Yeah,
I
it was just
remember
flop,
I
flop,
always
flop, yeah.
always used to want to shapeshift into a wolf or something, and the wolf is like 1 attack, and everybody's like, nah man, mountain lion, that's what you need to get.
Last time I looked at that was in Pathfinder 1 with Rangers followers with the the pet, and definitely the cat was the pet if you wanted a melee pet.
Yeah. And it makes me a little last night. That's why I said battle cat. If I could possibly tame it, but honestly, I mean, even Idris would know that, or at least I figured that there would be multiple cats out there hunting, or at least in that area.
Yeah, so
Come on, Jim. You're killing me.
No, killing Dell.
oh yeah, so so that's what happens, right?
I still have this picture. There's like this grassland, blood everywhere, the wyvern flying off with the horse, you know, the cat eating the buffet, and you know the other guys riding off, and Thorsten on his horse still kind of keeps looking back. What in the nine hell?
What happened?
Just still in shock.
You know, I also feel like, you know, like, I mean, there was a chance, like if it was like, you know, I've seen these documentaries of these guys that think that, you know, they have this, you know, away with animals, and they've got this thing. I think I've got him. All right, and like he's convinced. Yep, I got him. And then you know,
And
like,
then it's Siegfried's.
you know, it's like, go ahead. Yeah, no, that's right.
You had to say,
Yeah,
I mean, how did the crocodile guy die? Right, he thought he was completely safe managing those rays, and out of the blue, the ray just went boom and got his finger right in his heart.
Yeah, this is pretty much. It's kind of the same, but except for Dieter when they're like, get back.
Yeah.
Get
So
back.
now his next character has to be named Siegfried after or Roy either.
Or Roy.
But it works. It works because he's wearing Thule, Dietrich, Siegfried. You know, I think it all works.
Yeah.
It's thematic. Yeah.
You know, the good thing is that your the Oracle had told you that your tribe has been scattered. So your tribe's people could be anywhere, even in Boggrass.
True.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, bits and pieces. Yeah,
Although I tell you, those
they're all over the tribe.
those kilts that I linked look pretty awesome.
Yep. So true. So yeah, you should probably make yourself a nice, you know, what is everybody else, 3rd level? Make a nice 3rd level character.
Well, it depends on how much did we gain from that.
Yeah, enough for to make your 4th level, just from the absolute horror
Nice.
of watching it happen. Because it's not like he was just killed. It's like this thing just literally, you know, I mean, literally just picked him up and just started shaking him like a rag doll. It's like, you know, see those videos of the you know, elephants killing people or something like that. You know, it's just like, you know, just, I mean, it's that size. It's huge. 1,500 pounds. My God.
And now I have this vision of this episode winding down, and with the final credits, we hear Aerosmith. Ragdoll.
Oh yeah, exactly.
All right.
Okay, and so yeah, I guess we have the name of our episode now.
Wild Kingdom.
God.
Yikes, man, that was awful.
What was the guy's name? It wasn't, but like, who was the guy that always did the stuff?
Perkins?
Yes.
Yeah, but like, who was the guy that always did? I don't see is Jim. I'll see Jim fight a wild boar. Jim got his butt kicked all the time, and in the meantime, Perkins was like safe in the trailer or whatever. Hey, careful, Jim. Careful, Dietrich. Oh, now we're gonna see Dietrich try to calm down a saber tooth.
Jim Fowler.
tiger.
Fowler.
Yeah.
Jim Fowler.
Yeah, I used to love that show.
Yeah.
Marlon
Let's see.
Perkins and Jim Fowler.
Marvin Perkins. There.
That's right. We're trying to see you, Dietrich. Like, calm down. This wild saber-tooth tiger. Careful, Dietrich. Oh no. Yeah, he looks like he's in trouble. Time for a commercial. So mutual, accidental death, mutual accidental death and dismemberment insurance. What would your loved ones do? Should you be
Marlon Perkins. There we go, Marlon. Yeah.
What a great show.
Oh my
All right,
God.
guys.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks for having me, Simon.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
See you guys soon.
Yeah.
And I will
Take
now
care.
stop the broadcast. How do I stop the broadcast?
Just for reference, on Thursday the 14th, I'm not gonna be in town, so I'm here
Okay.
for the next week. I'm out.